Okay.
Whoa.
We're live! Mango! Say something
Yeah.
funny!
I have chlamydia. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much.
That was pretty funny! Hey, did you know that our podcast is filmed before a live studio audience? Isn't that cool, guys? Yeah! Yeah!
I honestly do. Like I literally hate you. I hate you so much.
That was
It
amazing.
was not funny.
That was majestic.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sideboard Chat podcast. As you can see, we're missing Slothe because he's stuck at the gym. He's stuck at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you want to be fit in the middle of the night. Why the fuck are you working out at? It's 9 where I'm at, 10 where he's at. Why the fuck is he working out this late?
It's the chlamydia, man.
Yeah.
We can't disclose that information on the podcast, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I need to do more with Tries and TCG. I do not. It's doing fine. It's doing fine. It used to be 6 feet under, now it's 5 feet under. It's doing fine.
Yeah.
Hold up. I need to turn off my AC because it's fucking loud.
Oh, yeah.
You do need to do more Horizon TCG. Now, why am I just now reading that?
Alright, hello everybody. My name is Alpha Wookie. That's Mango, and this is Kirroh, and welcome back to the Sideboard Chat podcast, number 11. It's number 11, guys. It means nothing. As you can see.
You know what 11 backwards is?
No. What is it?
11.
Oh. That's not how you, is it one of those words?
No, it's like the numbers.
What's even going on right now? I'm so confused.
Alright then.
Because there's 2 ones? I don't understand. Alright, fine, cool kid, fine. We'll talk about the tournament. We'll talk about it. So
Please
what
promote this game.
So there was a combo masters tournament, and in that tournament, Kirroh got clapped.
It's not getting clapped if the people
You
who
got
beat me have
clapped.
never beaten me before prior to
You
this.
got clapped.
Oh my.
Alright, well that's what that is. So what's going on with the combo master tournament? What's going on with that? Because Cool Kid won't shut up about his tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with
so
it?
Essentially, Orange ended up winning. Moz came in second. Cool Kid did not clap me like he said in the chat. Oh my goodness.
So
Cool Kid's
hard,
just
man.
mad that he's
So
never beaten
hard.
me before.
He clapped him. Maz clapped him.
No.
It was gruesomely amazing.
Okay, just
Yeah.
because my only win was against an 8-year-old.
No.
That is unfortunate.
I've only ever had like one fight in my whole life, and I can say the same thing. Fucking take that, Gerald. Dented that fucking 8-year-old's face. It happened like yesterday.
Yeah.
He got on my lawn, and I didn't like the color of his skin.
Damn. I would say it'd be like that sometimes, but it shouldn't. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just you and me right now.
Yeah.
Mango got to do some shit. So like, how are you holding up, Kirroh? Like, what are you kind of doing to keep busy during the corona?
Just growing a lot, watching my little brother.
Yeah.
Sometimes both at the same time.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, Max is constantly running around. How do you keep him quiet this time of night? Is he sleeping?
Yes, actually, right now he is sleeping. Usually not.
Yeah.
Usually he just has his tablet, which he calls his tabby, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And that keeps him occupied while he sits on the couch in my bedroom right behind me while I draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is Max? Because like he's constantly running around. Like it's easy to love kids that are being annoying in the background when it's not your brother or your kid.
Yeah, he is 3 years old.
Yeah, I figured he was
He
young.
turned three in January. I was about to say February, but that would have been kind of sad if I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, Kirroh, remind me what the name of your. You have two games. What are the name of both of your games?
I have Okay, so my first game I have is Quest for Dominion, and then my second one I have is actually a TCG collaboration with he used to be called Pugs, but now he's called Fish Eyes, and
Mhm.
that one is called Crystallis.
Okay. So, but have you heard of this idea then, Kiryoh? Like, so we'll talk about your game a bit. This idea of player promises, which is if we get around to it, if this podcast isn't a nightmare, the
Yeah.
topic, the theme for this podcast is the concept of player promises, and it's this. Mango says it's really big brain, so I'll try to dumb it down here, but it's basically
Okay.
it is an idea that based on what we build the game around, we're making particular promises to our players. So for instance, like how some games tend to promise intense combat, playstyle, customizability, etc. What do you feel like your game promises to the player, and how do you give it to them?
Okay.
So that's what we're kind of going to be discussing. And Slothe is like doing fucking chimp mania in the host chat here.
We're like Sip Mania, but yeah. So for my game, I think that would be a little difficult to ask. I mean
Uh-huh.
to answer. I think personally, what I try to promise to the player is I try to promise as much diversity in gameplay as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That way, none of your games will just feel bland and like it's just
It's the same game over
like
and over.
kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna build my board that I do every single game and then pass.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want the game to have multiple different outcomes. That way, even if you have the same two decks playing against each other a lot of times,
Yeah,
that the game still feels fresh each time you play.
I get you. I get you. So like far less linear than something like what you're saying is Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we can't exactly like get Mango right now. He's doing something. A lot of people are busy tonight. When we planned for the podcast, we didn't exactly expect everybody to be pulled whichever way. But
Yeah.
no, it's all good. It's all good. Um, no, but I guess if I were to say what my game promises is some of the things that I listed is would be like intense combat, playstyle customizability, but also I feel like expression in the way you choose to play. And I like what you said about that you feel like
Yeah.
your game you don't want it to be linear, you don't want like it to be the same repeatable outcome over and over. That's the way I feel like I
Mm.
want my game to function is that more like a Super Smash Bros. Kind of aspect is like that game
Yeah.
has like a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that you don't always expect, and because of the combination of all the things that can happen, there's different outcomes for the way games happen each and every time. And so that's what I feel like I at least want to pitch my game on, is that there's different
Yeah.
outcomes. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this Kim Jong Un situation? Like, what have you been hearing about this?
Honestly, I'm not too like informed about it. I heard that he died, but I don't really know the specifics or whether or not that's
Yeah,
true.
see, like that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing mixed things. Like I've been hearing he's dead, or I've been hearing we don't know he's dead, or all I know is like his sister is kind of taken over for now.
Wait, who's dead?
What? No, we were talking about Kim Jong Un.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mango's back on the podcast here. So Mango, I wanted to just reiterate what we were talking about. So the theme of the podcast is going to be that there's this idea that our game, based on the way we build it, promises certain aspects to the player. And so we want to talk about this podcast, like what do we feel like our game promises its players, and how do we intend to give it to them? So Kirroh is saying that he wants his game to be a little more unpredictable each game, that there are different outcomes even if the same decks are played against each other each and every time. I kind of prize the idea of customizability and expression with the way that you like to play. How do you feel like, what do you feel like is an aspect at least that's important to you about your game?
I would say probably the sort of randomness that comes with the trigger system that's in my game, because I feel like I wouldn't say that every game would be different, but I think that it'll bring some type of excitement when it comes to taking damage. And if you're on the last damage, you won't know, like, will it be something that can help me, or will I lose from this? And I would say that it brings some type of excitement, and that's one thing I'd want for my players to experience. Gambling, basically, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. All right. So,
Why are we talking about Trump in the chat?
I don't know. Well, so I brought up one thing, and Kirroh's got not Kirroh. Slothe has got to make it into this shit.
Oh,
No,
man.
but no. Yeah, but I buy it. Slothe is saying that Trump is gonna simp all over Kim's sister, and I buy it. Like he's.
I can see it.
He's gonna be an excellent negotiator. Oh yeah.
Like
can you imagine him slowly, just sliding the papers like, "You are so beautiful. I always say this, but I truly mean it this time. You're actually beautiful. This is, oh my goodness. Like, how many nukes do you have, and how many of them do you want to keep?"
One thing though, like Trump is rich, but he's also a New Yorker, and most New Yorkers that I know that have money are usually players. I could totally see him trying to simp over his sister and thinking that he can win her over.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, so you think he's more seductive, like sliding papers over the table, like, these are the negotiation terms, but if you look under the table, I've got the pen.
Yeah. Well, a lot more than just the pen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing with Kim Jong's sister is like, one, the country and the way that it is, I doubt she would probably do anything with Trump.
Yeah.
And two, like, I'm low-key hoping that if Kim Jong is actually dead, that's hopefully that if it goes, I don't know who it'll go to. I think there are a lot of people in North Korea I think they were pushing the sister as something. But like, we don't know her, so I don't know if she'll be just as bad or if she'll be a little bit more sympathetic, and I hope she is a bit more sympathetic to how the country is kind of ran. And I'm hoping that the country can kind of like turn around and stray away from what it is right now.
Personally, in my opinion, I'm hoping if Kim Jong-un is dead, I just feel like the most appropriate action is fucking fire in the street! Everybody rioting!
Whoa. No. You know Oversoul, right?
Riots!
You know how the soul realm is the afterlife? If he dies, I'm making Kim Jong-un card.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Kim Jong-un is confirmed. Kim Jong-un is confirmed part of the Oversoul universe. Hey, is SweetPotato gonna get on?
I don't know. Like, I've been trying to text her. And
where's your glorious SweetPotato?
She's abandoned me.
No, stop. She's just growing into a beautiful, beautiful.
She has. She said, I don't have time for a. What are they called? Fuck. What are they called? The ones that don't believe in God.
Oh, infidel?
Atheist?
Huh?
No, infidel. She's
Infidel.
Muslim.
No.
She's Muslim.
Yeah. I don't have time for infidels that spend their time making a game
Uh-huh.
out of cardboard and paper. I need to go praise Allah. That's what she said.
But I thought she got wounded. She said she was bleeding excessively.
Let's not talk about
From
that.
which orifice?
It's private.
Shut the fuck up, Kirroh. She got hit in the head with a baseball bat.
Oh, that's horrible.
No, it's not true. I'm lying about everything.
Oh. Wow. Wow. I just fell for that. Oh.
Well, time to leave this challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody go. We shall all disintegrate.
But yeah. What was the topic again? There's the what we want our players to experience, right?
Yeah. So
I have another thing that's in my game, but I know that most people won't really like experience it because I feel like it's something like that kind of that'll be hard. But damn, people, you're just waking up. Anyways, white supremacists. God damn it, slow. Okay, stop making me laugh. Jesus Christ. But in my game there are certain mechanics that have symbolism behind them, and hopefully, because I am making a video that explains to like what Oversoul is to me and what my mentality is whenever I do make cards and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like for example, in my game there's a thing called Transcendence where if you reach a certain if you meet the conditions, then you can transform the card or flip the card over, and then you have a stronger form, and that's supposed to symbolize somebody achieving their goal, and because they achieve their goal, they grow from it. And then there's another mechanic known as forget and remember, where it's basically exiling, but the naming. The reason why I chose that is because for me, I feel like forgetting something is a form of exile, while remembering things is very important, whether it be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it can help you because it can help you with stuff. I'm sorry, I can't seem to English properly right now, but that's sort of the idea, and hopefully, people can probably get something when they play the game and they see those mechanics
Mm-hmm.
and have an idea. There's also some terminology in the game where when you build, because there are some build around cards. And the idea of like and those are called master souls, or you can call it the boss monster, but to me I call them the master souls, while the player themselves are the soul master. And basically the soul master and the master soul are basically one. They are the same thing. And so when you're playing the game, you're playing as yourself, you're getting yourself out there, and that's kind of what it is. And it's like you are fighting, like you're proving that your soul is stronger.
Yeah.
And those were some ideas that just like I said, people probably won't catch on to it, but it's some things that are important to me, and that's what I feel whenever I think about the game and when I play the game.
Well, so like these are then important aspects to you. Like maybe there's like more ways to show them.
Yeah.
Are there like aspects of your game that you've like not necessarily miss, but like aspects of the game that were a part of it before that you had to drop because you felt like it was failing like the other like things that were important about your game?
Like, I'm sorry, what?
So like let me reword this. So you're saying that there are certain things that people won't really know about your game or won't really pick up, but that they're were there aspects of the game before that kind of touched on them a bit more, made them a bit more like in your face? Or are there just like anything that you've let go about the game in the past that you felt like you had to get rid of in order to make your game actually just work?
Well, the game does play a lot differently than it was before, but the one mechanic which I did bring back and it's going to be in set 2 of the game, which is Transcendence. It used to be the main focus of the game.
Yeah.
Because the game had like a commander type of thing in it. And you would build it around there, and then you would like the same thing with the transcendence. You grow and you become something greater, and when you achieve your goals. And that was the main focus of the excuse me of the game. But like I said, the game had to be changed in a lot of ways. But at least I can now have that mechanic and the symbolism behind it in it. Just it's not the focus of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I hope it goes well.
I do too. Like, there's a lot of just to me, spirit. Like, I may not seem like it, but spiritualism, or some whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
Like that stuff is very important too.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yeah. I resonate with that.
Yeah. But
Like,
yeah. What about you?
me specifically? I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, there are a lot of things that got left behind in Horizon. Just specifically because I had to make the game work. Like sometimes you just have so many things that are a part of the game and it makes it sloppy, and it's more important to make your game work and to be fun than to keep everything in your
Yeah.
vision the way that it was. So originally, I had two resource systems, one that kind of functioned like a Hearthstone mana system, and one that sort of functioned like Magic's mana system. And that was making the game incredibly difficult to create. The reason I had a split mana system was because I wanted there to be an escalation based on how many turns the game had been played. But that escalation could be accomplished with like a Magic style mana system, or literally any other type of mana system. The mana system that I go with now actually combines a little of both, but also feels like a new system at the same time. It feels like I scrapped my 2 mana system, but at the same time, it feels like I made a compromise.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the mechanic that I came up with, the mana system called the Altar, I feel like fits more thematically. And like, so that's the thing is, have you ever heard that like putting restrictions on yourself is healthy? Like
Yeah.
that if you put more restrictions on whatever you're doing, so it's your lifestyle or in this case your game, like you make more rules, you put more restrictions on what your game can and can't do, and there seems to be more freedom, more creativity then, because you're forced to think in those set of parameters and you're forced to make do with those limitations. So by combining the mana systems, there are limitations, but I feel like it just Mango? Oh no.
What?
What happened?
Oh,
Mango, you
I
good?
don't know. Happened.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
sorry
good.
about that.
No, it's all good. But, what I'm just trying to say is that I feel like restrictions on whatever you do, that if you create laws and rules on whatever you are participating in, if you govern yourself, then it forces you to be in a box, but it forces you to define that box instead. So like you ever like play an open world game and you just wander aimlessly and there's kind of like less structure because of it.
Minecraft.
Yeah, something like that. Some people like that shit, but like if there's more of a closed in world, the developers have to figure out the limit of that box and then try to push that limit. They have to be able to push what is possible inside this box, and most importantly, it forces the player to push what they think is possible within inside that box. So that's something that I've really enjoyed about the altar system, was that it kind of put a cap on some things, but in some way it also made more room for creativity, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be an aspect that I'd have to say that I left behind. The idea of that different aspects of the world were at your side and adding to your mana and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But thank you, babe. No. Okay, so I was talking to Liz about this shit. She was asking me about I don't remember what we were talking about, but we stumbled on this idea. What I've talked about is that as if you put yourself in a box, that you have to define the box and you have to figure out what your limitations are. And when I was talking to her, I gave her an example of this writing group in the early 1900s that set out, maybe not 1900s, don't quote me on that, but they set out, it was about 5 people, and they set out to create good books, good literature, but by doing so in restrictions. So there was this one guy who he gave himself restrictions on what he could and couldn't do with his book, and his restriction was that he had to write this book without using words with the letter E. And he wrote a 300-page novel without using a word with the letter E.
Was it good?
Wow.
I can't tell you that. Honestly,
How's that possible?
what the book is famous for is that there are no E's in any of the words that are being used. And arguably that makes it art. That it gives it something else. It gives it merit because it was constructed under heavy restrictions. And there's something a bit more intricate, a bit more beautiful about any old book that doesn't have restrictions on what can and can't be done.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. So that's the way I feel about our games, is if we give ourselves restrictions, put a game in a box, we have to figure out what can be done inside of that box. And ultimately, I feel like we'll come up with more and better ideas. Huh?
Can you plug that hole is what you mean.
The fuck?
What?
What are you talking about?
Can you plug that hole?
What hole?
Can you plug the hole?
Are you talking about where my dick can go, Mango? What are we talking about?
No, I'm not.
I think he's talking about the box.
I'm talking about the square. Can you plug the square? Can you plug the hole?
Maybe with what, Mango?
Ideas?
Ideas aren't things, Mango. You can't fill a box with ideas. Are you stupid?
A little.
What the fuck?
Where the fuck is Slothe?
Okay.
I miss him. He'd take my side on this shit.
When I was a baby. No,
He'd take my side on this shit. Where the fuck are you, Slothe?
right.
Give your dad a titty twister and get out of
I
there.
thought this was already established.
He's stuck at the gym because his dad won't stop talking to some guy and he wants to go home. He just needs to walk up to his dad and go, "Hey, Papa," and yoink, and he's I'm sorry, son. I have to go. I have to take my son home.
Better give me the right now.
Oh no.
I haven't seen those Dorito commercials. What the fuck is she talking about? I don't know what's going on.
You ever seen the Dorito commercial with the mom brings a boyfriend home, and like her I don't know 8-year-old son is there, and he's trying to be all friendly with her kid, like, "Hey, what's good, little man?" and took a bite of his Dorito, and the little kid slapped him in the face, was like, "Stay away from my mama and stay away from my Doritos."
Is this for fucking real?
Yes, this is an actual commercial.
This is for real?
Oh my goodness, it better
Yeah.
Show me.
It is. Hold on. I have to find it though. Like, it's old, man.
be. There we go.
Shut the fuck up, Slothe. He's DMing me. He's saying you're wrong. Idea can go in box. Put it on a piece of paper or in a journal, then put it in the box. So basically, you're cock.
I think I found it. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, it really is real.
Is this shit real?
Yes.
Send me the link.
Alright, hold on, I got it. I'm sending it in host chat.
Yeah.
Look at this little dude. Holy.
Hold up. Okay.
Hold on. I'm sending it. All right, there you go.
Hold up.
Jalen, are you playing
That's
nice?
amazing.
Watch it.
The fact that that's a thing is amazing.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it's so old, man.
Hi. Aw, thank you. Have a seat. Kyle, Jalen. Jalen, Kyle. Jalen, you play nice. I'll be right back.
That was amazing.
What's going on, little man? I see you got your game skills down, Pack. You might have your hands full once I pick up the controller, little man.
Put it back. Keep your hands on my mama. Keep your hands on my Doritos.
Jalen, are you playing nice?
Oh man.
Fuck.
Oh my goodness.
That was hella funny. Fuck.
That was wholesome.
It was a football commercial. It was a Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, that makes sense because that's not
Yeah.
conventional at all.
Yeah. It
Holy
works,
fuck.
though.
Yeah, it does. I wish more commercials were like that. Seriously, we need better commercials. I feel like
Honestly, yeah.
We
If-
buy any car. There's a fucking commercial like that plays on the radio. We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. It's so freaking
What
annoying.
the hell?
Any. We buy any car. I hate it so much.
now back to Katy Perry. No.
Maybe you're a fuck. You work.
Come on, show
He said it sounded like that.
what?
Oh no.
Make him
go!
Oh!
My skin. Let me stop. We're gonna get copyrighted, bro.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Wait for it to get struck.
We're gonna get hit. We're gonna get hit hard.
Yeah. High notes.
Harder than when
High key, you sounded exactly like Linkin Park. That was that guy's name,
Oh,
Linkin
yeah.
Park.
Chester Bennington, you fucking uncultured swine.
No, his name was Linkin Park, and the rest of the guys were called.
No.
It was Linkin Park and the
No.
Boys.
Fort Minor, dude. I didn't even know the rap what was he, the bassist? The guy who rapped Mike
Was
Shinoda?
he?
I think he was the bassist.
Really?
I didn't even know he had a rap group, man.
Yeah, Fort Minor.
Yeah.
Fort Minor. Fuck. He made that song. What you call it?
28% luck,
yeah.
100% AIDS.
Call it 10% pain, 50% pain, 15% concentrated power, pain, 5% pain, 50% pain, and 100% when you remember the pain. Yeah, that's what the process of making Horizon is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of that shit.
I'm not singing that slow.
What?
I'm not singing that.
Mango, sing in that voice
Oh,
again,
no.
but this time do smooth.
No.
Mango should sing homo.
No, I'm not doing it. I was just about to do it. I'm not doing it. No.
Yo, but you were
I
saying
can't sing for shit. I
about-
cannot sing for shit.
you were saying about that car commercial, and that reminded me
What commercial?
of
We buy any car?
yeah, we buy any car. And
Any?
yeah.
Oh
And
man.
it reminded me when I moved back to the city because I lived out in the country for a bit and then we moved back into the city. We had to get rid of our
Ew.
mattress. We got rid of everything, dude. Like I moved into the city with basically anything that we could fit in our car. Like that was it. And
You're just driving out, listening to some Conway Twitty.
no, but like
You saw
we-
the 1-2 in her eyes.
there's this mattress store called Billy Bob's when we moved in. And this fucking scam ass place. But like
Yeah.
my mom watched the commercial on the internet. She watched it on YouTube, and it was like they had this one part of the video, and it's like, and we even offer free delivery, and they like hooked up the mattress.
Well, for cars?
No,
mattress?
for the mattress, and they hooked up the mattress to a tow truck, and they dragged it on the street, and they just had film of like the tow truck.
Chill, really?
just-
That's what they did?
horrible.
But it was a joke. It was a joke in the
Oh.
video. And when my brother and I
Okay.
saw it, we were like, "Oh yeah, that's funny." And my mom thought it was funny too. And so like when she ordered the mattresses, she was like, "Oh," she was talking to the guy on the phone, and she's like, "But the video said free shipping." And the guy on the other end is like, that was just a joke in the video. Like, we were dragging it, like, by a tow truck on the dirty ground, like, as if, like, hey, if you want to ship for free, this is how it's going to come. And she's like, but why would you false advertise like that? And she's like, ma'am, it was just a skit on the video. We don't do free shipping. If you look on the website, there's nothing about free shipping. And she's like,
But that's
and
false
she
advertising.
yeah, exactly. She kept insisting that they had false advertised to her, and
It
like,
was though. When you think of it,
It really was.
even in the skit, you did say there was free shipping.
Right.
no, but they were,
I don't
but
give
they
a damn
were
if
a
you
bunch
brag
of
it
crooks.
up.
They were a bunch of janky ass people. The mattress that I slept on for the next 5 years was this just spring ass mattress, and I'm just this guy who refused. I refuse to change like as much as possible. So my mom will constantly just be like, she'd be like, change that mattress. Why don't you get like a Tempur-Pedic? And I'm like, that's expensive. I can keep sleeping on this. And there was just at one point I was just in so much pain waking up every morning for work.
You just
that-
got an air mattress.
Yeah, no. She just surprised me with a Tempur-Pedic. Like she just like hardcore dropped the cash on it, and it was like, the fuck. That was
Hey,
my
yo,
mattress.
bitch of a son, here.
No, I still sleep on it.
But let me tell you something.
I still got it, and it's
Let me ask
it's
you
still a
something.
good ass mattress. Yeah.
What does this have to do with card games?
Well, you see, I was just about to lead back into that because, like,
If you
When you look at the topics-
you can't make big brain plays. What?
that's right. You know, this whole thing reminds me of bias. Yeah.
Ooh.
What?
Bias.
Speaking of bias, should your own bias stop you from including certain playstyles in your games? Some people hate mill, for example, so they make sure their game doesn't do anything to include it. But if you're like Symphonate, your whole game is aggro Demir. Either way, should you have an open mind to strategies that you don't like?
I would say yes, but if you don't like, for me, I don't like mill, but I am going to include it in one specific way, where it's like, because with Magic, in my opinion, Magic blue is just straight up counter and mill, and so in my game, water is like more graveyard based because when you think about the water, you're fishing things out. That's why I use the graveyard as the main mechanic for water, and there's going to be something that that uses the graveyard in order your graveyard.
What about the
in order
fucking
to-
frogs?
Oh, the frogs! They're turning the frogs gay.
Whoa!
No,
Slothe needs to make a frog TCG.
I feel like he needs to
Yo.
make a
hold on,
frog
hold
remix.
on, hold on. Petition for the HTCG community to come together and make a frog TCG.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Would you guys
I
like
will
to do
sign
that? Can you guys like let me know in your little top chat thingy down there below? Let us know if you guys want to do that. I think it'd be a great idea. I'm doing the tree frogs. Just letting you know.
With the tree frogs.
Yeah.
I will draw Beelzebufo.
So
Ooh, prehistoric bitches.
how would this
Nice.
game work?
So the way that the game would work is which one do you think can actually that'd be interesting. Like I think that it should be because if you drop a frog into an area where there's already frogs, but it's not the native species, it'll fuck up the whole ecosystem, right?
Like, fight it all?
Huh?
Like, just airdrop this fucking tough ass frog and it just starts beating the shit out of the ecosystem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fuck up your other opponent's ecosystem.
Then, like, another frog gets on top of that frog. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
Apple
how it would
falls
work,
on
but
top
it's
of
interesting.
this
I know Slothe had an awesome game that has to do with ecosystems and stuff, but he never went through with it.
Because he's a
I don't know.
bitch!
And then how many frog species are there? So I think there's like enough to that the game wouldn't get stale. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably like 3.
Right? Yeah, they're all
What was the
dying.
topic again?
Leapfrog,
Yeah, what was the topic
Frog.
again?
I was
Oh
saying.
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So, do you feel like strategies that you don't like, because we have control over our own games? So,
Yeah, we do.
do we feel like we can show our bias in what strategies we don't like and just like refuse to include them? Like, I don't like Mill. I don't know
No
if
one
I'm
does.
going to incorporate it. I feel like any card that puts cards into your graveyard will be won't be for the intention of mill, but rather would be for the intention of just like digging in your own digging in the graveyard and like fishing stuff out, like Mango said.
I mean, like, yeah, if you're gonna do mill, like, let's for me, because I don't like mill. Like, if you're gonna do mill, just make it this one thing, but don't make it a part of the whole thing entirely.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know who does love mill?
Who?
You know who loves Demir?
Who?
Kirroh.
Here, do you mind writing me an essay on justification for just running Demir?
Stay away from my mama. Stay away from my Doritos.
Oh, Kirroh's muted. Nobody fucking tells me
Kirroh's
anything.
muted?
He's muted.
God damn it.
Nobody fucking tells me it. Oh, he texted the chat BRB.
I hate this guy. All right. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Just if you're don't like something, then you can. But some players do. Just add in one card, or like maybe like for me, because it's going to be a build around card. Just have like something that's a build around, and then you can just make support around that, rather than making it a whole entire place out of one specific element or color or faction or whatever you want to call it.
But like, here's the thing: is you got to figure out who your audience is.
Oh, I know my audience, and they want a fucking mill deck.
Do they?
Well, mostly. I don't know how many people. Out of the amount of people that actually play my game, which I mean, for an HTCG is a lot, but when you think about it, it's really not many. But I want to say 2 or 3 people.
Yeah. Yikes.
So, yeah, that's a lot to me.
I mean, like, so here's the thing: is you got to figure out like what you like. What is your Slothe? Yeah! Everybody. Yeah. He's back. Guys.
Bro, why did I look in host chat and there's a Sonic holding a lightsaber?
I have ruffled sour
I'm
cream
back
and onion.
Because I don't know. I just put it there. Slothe,
Yeah.
my boy, say something funny. That's Slothe for you guys. That's Slothe for you. That's Slothe for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello, Kirroh.
Rutabaga.
oh wow.
Fucking slow. You alcohol fetus syndrome motherfucker.
Hey, I didn't have to answer right then.
You did. It was mandatory.
No.
By law.
No.
By law. Goodbye law. Slothe, how did you escape? Did you twist your daddy's titties?
No, I vored them all and I flew over like the pelican I am.
Here.
You believe in God?
No, he vored them all.
I just heard a Dorito.
Well, Mingle,
Stay away from my
you're a
mom.
beta cock.
Oh no.
I just heard a crunch. What
Yeah,
was the
did
video
you?
called?
Quick crunch.
Yes.
Crunch. The fastest of crunches.
With the greatest of ease.
One day, I just want to have a camera on your chin, and like we're just live streaming that feed of your chin just the whole time on the podcast.
I honestly love how we were just like we were on track and everything, and we had like a good amount of watchers. And
Uh-huh.
then once we got off topic, right when we started talking about Doritos, all the way to now, we just dropped to like 5 watchers.
It's no like fucking haters. But you know what? Who likes to watch this shit? I don't know, somebody. Somebody.
What
Like I can't get a grasp on the community like what it wants. I try to balance it because like I want to talk about TCG stuff, but I also want to talk about the random ass shit that comes to my head. And
you gotta also think about the people that are in
I don't think it should be
Right?
forced.
we have a clusterfuck of TCG players, and the type of TCGs that they actually play really speaks for their personality.
Mhm.
You got the Magic players, you got the Yu-Gi-Oh players, and then you got the very small minority of the Vanguard Bushiroad players. Bushiroad
Then you
card
got the
game
Chaos
players.
What does
Galaxy
Hearthstone
players.
say
Oh,
about
and
my
Pokemon.
personality?
Huh?
it says you
What
like
Hearthstone-
colorless mana.
Okay, cool.
Hearthstone basically Sylvan. Really,
Yeah.
Sylvan is the only person that I know who has a game that's really inspired by Hearthstone, which isn't a problem. Everybody has their favorite game, but like,
It's not exactly
Mine's
oversaturated.
kind of inspired
market.
by Hearthstone, has a similar mana system.
yeah, the mana system, but he mostly takes inspiration from it whenever he talks about his game.
Yeah.
No, Liz, we can't possibly have a solution that makes sense. Stop it. Can't make 2 podcasts.
The majority of
Here's the
people
thing,
who are-
Alpha.
Oh yeah.
It's your podcast. You can talk about whatever the hell that you please.
Yeah, so that's
And I get that you want to retain an audience, which is a-okay. When they ask questions and they want to talk about things, that's also fine. But
Yeah.
an example of Cool Kid who keeps pressuring you to talk about his cock-a-doo-doo game, you should tell him,
Cock-a-doodle.
relax, calm your
Exactly.
titties. We are going to talk about it. Now sit like a good boy in your recliner chair as we
And
speak
wait.
about your card game and
I
Kim
feel like
Jong-un's
he-
death.
I feel like he really is in a recliner
Yeah.
chair with like a bowl of cereal, just listening.
I'd like to think that like he's just in a dysfunctional household. Like his
Oh my God.
his mom is a coke addict, and his dad is like
no.
screaming at her from a chair while he's trying to watch the goddamn television. And like the sister like is in a bad relationship with her boyfriend, and they're constantly arguing upstairs. And Cool Kid just he's just waiting for us to get on to the podcast topics, and he's just like
Yeah,
huddling
That's sad.
his tablet, and he's
And
in
then-
a
and then by
closet.
but at the end of the day, they all go.
He doesn't even have a computer.
It's
Did
like
you
it's
just
like the
name-
majority
wait,
of the
whoa.
day. The majority of the days, they're like, I hate you, bitch. All you do is coke. And stuff like, all you do is watch the game. Who the
That's
hell
insulted.
watches baseball?
Stop watching the telly.
Exactly. And then you got this line,
Why
You won't you sit at the dinner
I love the name of the
But then there's
podcast
that
is
1
Slope
hour in the
Stranding.
day, the 1 minute in the day. It's like, I love you, mom. I love you, dad. All right, bye, honey. Stay safe. I'm going to watch the game, hon. Okay, have a good time. But it's like 1 hour or 1 minute out of the day where it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Cool Kid's in the closet.
That is depressing.
Cool kids in the class.
Not anymore.
Are you gonna come out?
There was this one fucking time.
the nostrils and be like,
Cool kid watches this on a Nokia.
All right. Oh my goodness.
No, but I feel like a lot of people tell me that they like the balance, but then some people go, "You don't talk about card games enough." And so I try to figure out like who I want to appeal to, and I've come to the conclusion: fuck everybody. Like I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
just do it for yourself. It's your podcast.
Yeah,
You get an audience either way.
I think it's all of ours. Like, so what do you guys want to do with this? Do you feel like we should be more TCG concentrated? Do you like where it is? Do you feel like we should just drop the TCG theme altogether?
I feel like where we are, we're okay as it is. Because I like
Yeah.
it when we talk about when you guys talk about card games. Because I don't
Because
talk all that much.
In the background, it's whoop, whoop, oh.
Yeah, I'm just a little gremlin that cracks a joke or two.
So while that's happening, let me play Vanguard.
You're the life of the party.
No.
Yeah. But so, Slothe, there is a theme. Did you know that? There's a theme to this podcast.
What?
Yeah. So
Oh my
today.
god, it's almost as if I was
And boy.
watching.
Oh. So today, what we're going
tell
to be
me.
today, what we're going to be talking about is basically the concept of. I feel like I'm confusing a lot of people, even myself, a little bit with this industry term called the player promise, and it's just what you feel like based on how your game is built, what you feel like your game promises to its players, and I want to focus like what are our game's promises to the audience and how do we deliver it to them. So Kirroh talked about he wanted his game to be not necessarily unpredictable but not linear. So the two decks can go against each other like 100 times and the same outcome won't happen. You know, that there's just different things that can happen, different interactions, that it's not the same linear path every time. I talked about how I wanted expression to be a big thing in my game and customizability. The important aspects to Mango are a lot of like the story and the lore, maybe not the things that are necessarily outwardly expressed by the cards, but the things that go behind the cards. So he wants people to get a sense of that there's something important about each thing on the card. So what do you feel like is like an important, I guess let's say, what is an important aspect to your card game?
Well, okay, first of all, I don't see how that's a confusing question. That's actually rather simple because...
No, I reworded it so it's simple.
Oh. Well, because like any product promises something like that makes you want to buy it, especially if it's like a form of entertainment.
Yeah,
like, what
but
are
those
you
pills
gaining
do
out
more.
of this entertainment? Now, my game personally, I kind of want it to be like a laid back, casual type of game, but it still
Like Catan?
kind of tricks you into doing strategy. It's like, okay, there's this certain Pokemon ROM hack that I really enjoy. It's called Pokemon Clover.
Mm-hmm.
It's actual scum.
Yeah.
And it's really laid back. However, the game itself is actually quite difficult. If you really think about it, it's more difficult than the common Pokemon ROM hack out there.
Because you can catch
Now-
a Pepe.
Hmm?
Because you can catch a Pepe.
Yes.
Can you?
No,
No,
but in
I didn't
all
like that.
yes, actually.
Yeah.
There-
Because you
there's
said this is
Pokemon
a
based on Pepe
4chan.
the Frog.
You said this is a 4chan ROM hack, right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liz hates hearing about 4chan because like literally every time, like the other day I was just saying, hey, I learned about what smoke fire is or fire smoke is, and she's like, oh. I was like, oh, it's fire that moves in like the form of like a liquid, like it like looks like smoke, but like, you know, by the time it's like in front of you, you realize, oh fuck, this is like fire, this is just fucking fire, and there's smoke on the outside of it. And she's like, wow, where'd you learn about this? I was like, oh, I saw some people got consumed in this huge ass fire on like on video on 4chan. Like, it always just turns bad. It just always turns bad every time I bring up 4chan. That's what I do on there. It's
No,
like,
yeah, because 4chan is scum. It's like
it really
like-
is.
it's like the underside of a whale, complete barnacles.
Barnacle.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you have a
Lives
Mr.
in a
Krabs impression?
pineapple.
Do you have a Mr. Krabs impression?
No. But I am my
honestly
game
think that
bizarre
the-
nature. It's okay. It's kind of like Smash Bros, where I'm kind of promising to appeal the casual crowd, and
Mhm.
that's kind of what I'm mainly relying on. However, there are multiple things that you need to micromanage in order to come up with a really good cohesive strategy, like money management and all these like abilities each card has. Because like I want the cards to be diverse.
Oh, so like Jews?
So like what?
Can there be a
Jews?
Jew?
Yeah.
He can be rubbing his hands and greedy. I don't mind.
What's going on now? Hold on, what?
Do it.
Capitalism.
It's capitalism in hell!
Yeah.
Buy it now, kids.
So Cool Kid
One
said,
America.
Yeah.
want to play Combo Masters. No.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Cool Kid only watches at this point to advertise Combo Masters.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I feel like the more so advertise a product to me, the more I do not want to buy that product.
Yeah.
If Orange
like
Shut the fuck up.
Anybody
You
want to
can
play
be
PG?
aggressive, but there is such a thing as
No?
too
Alright, I'm gonna leave.
aggressive when
Yeah.
advertising.
Uh,
I do want to say one thing.
When I think of aggressive
like
advertisement,
man.
when I think of aggressive advertisement, I think about those guys who dance around in costumes outside of stores and
And
things
they
like
spin
that.
the sign.
Yeah, spin the sign like they stop traffic and like fucking helicopter in front of you.
Bruh.
There's this guy, this YouTuber. He has this story about this guy in a dancing pizza costume.
Yeah.
And this guy was being hella like aggressive and like getting up in like people's faces, like going, "Hey, you guys like pizza? Come in!" And like wouldn't leave people alone. And like when this guy and his friends see that this guy is starting to come up to them and talk to them, and he's like, "Hey, do you guys like pizza?" And this guy turns around and goes, "I love the pizza. Yeah, I like the pepperoni." And like the fucking the pizza guy.
What the hell?
Yeah. No, fucking, I wish I could like give that little shit about life. Oh! Did I ever tell you guys about that time I went to the grocery store in my pajamas?
Sounds like a good time, but no.
No,
No.
okay.
Wait, that's not common?
It is, but that's the point. Is I went to this grocery store, and now I'm on more of a richer side of town, and so I go into this grocery store in my pajamas, and I'm drawing people's attention because I'm just in my fucking pajamas, and this is more of a richer side of town. But like I'm not really paying attention to it until I walk by like this group of people, and there's this absolute douche who just like he like does the cover mouth halfway, like with hand, like he leans over to his sister or girlfriend or whatever, and he's like, "Check the guy in the pajamas." And like I fucking hear this guy, and I'm just like, if you've never gone to the store in your pajamas, you just have not lost any fucks. You've not lost any fucks to give. So, but like she's trying to do that whole look, but like not make it obvious kind of situations. But I've already heard this guy, so I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna like slowly pan and like act all natural and like try to like see what the fuck he's talking about. But like in the meantime, while she's turning her head, I have like taken this fucking cartoon stance with my legs wide open, my arms like square in the air, like fucking SpongeBob, where he's like, I'm ready. I basically look like that, and I'm scowling at her. I'm just like, I've got my lip like I've got my eyebrows furrowed and everything, and this fucking chick, she like turns and then makes eye contact with me with like my fucking arms up in the air, and I'm just squatting like in my Monsters University pajamas. That broke me.
University part.
Finally, Monsters University! And just picture Alpha looking in the store, fucking frolicking.
Bruh.
No, it was great because this chick freaked out and like looked away real quick, and it was like, yeah, fuck you. Have you never seen anybody in their pajamas? Have you never been to a Walmart? You go to a Walmart and people aren't even wearing half clothes.
Yo, sometimes I go to a Walmart and I see people like with just like the tightest things like their bodies going to like just pop out.
Like you got 300-pound people like on those motorized
In a
baskets.
bear thong.
Yeah, in like fishnets or something. Have I ever told you that story about I forgot how ghetto my neighborhood was, but like I remembered when I went to Walmart. There was this one time, my mom and my brother and I, we were out, and we were like an hour away from our place. Like, so we live in kind of a project area, and we're about an hour away, where it's a little more, well off area. And we need to pick something up while we're out there, and my mom's like, "Oh, we'll just drop by Walmart and get it real quick." And we go in, and this is like a really nice Walmart, and I'm like, I forgot why I hate Walmart, or not hate Walmart, but like I forgot why I think Walmart is so ghetto and things like that. And I was like, I feel like I don't get Walmart a good enough chance, and we don't find the item that we're looking for there. And so my mom's like, "Oh, we'll just get it at our Walmart." And we drive back to our Walmart, and we get out of the car, and I fucking remember why I think Walmart is so ghetto. It's just the Walmart that we have. There's just like, we get out of the car, and there's this family with this screaming child, and this woman smacking her kid on the face, like, "Shut the fuck up! We're going in!" Like that kind of shit. And then you look to the left, and there's this guy in his truck bed with like no shirt, and he's taking a shower in his truck. He's got a bucket of water, and he's dumping it over his head, and he's washing his hair at the bed of his truck.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like,
be real.
This has to be satire.
That has to be satire.
It has to be satire.
Oh no.
I shit you not. This is 100% true. And in that moment, I realized, I was like, it's not the Walmart that's ghetto. I forgot.
It's the people.
No, they got a hard time. Like, Walmart closes at like 12 o'clock at night. I've been in that Walmart at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and they're still trying to get people out of that store. Like,
I thought Walmart was 24 hours.
Horrible.
no, not mine. I guess not.
Mine is.
It is?
Mine
Mine
is. Yeah. I have a pretty ghetto Walmart. I live I don't know
get
about
on
you,
McDonald's.
but like you live in Texas. I live in NC in North Carolina, and all I see, especially on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or the Mex, with like their whole entire squad just going into Walmart. You can barely walk around because you're gonna step on the little one. That's what my Walmarts are. And then if it's not that, on the other day, Jameer Kwan, if you don't bring your ass over here.
Jimmy Kwan.
I remember I remember the McDonald's next to my school. There was this fight going around, right? And
we're gonna bring this back around to Walmart. I got a question I want to ask after you tell this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's TCG related.
This fucking dumbass kid, right? He was being filmed, and then this one kid said, "I posted this shit on Instagram," and then like first thing this kid does is pull out a fucking gun, and then everyone scatters. It was right next to the McDonald's in my school.
That's great, man.
It's I don't understand. Like what? Like out of all the things to make you like go fucking berserk, I posted this shit on Instagram.
They didn't want to be a meme.
Oh shit, watch out, dude, he's got a gun! And then they all fucking scatter like roaches. It's so stupid, bro. Like,
Slothe is so descriptive. I love.
Oh my god,
Gun to a McDonald's.
it's so stupid though, and it's like right at. I'm not shitting you. It's legit right next to my fucking school.
Yeah.
Like I have this little mini mall area, right? There's like a bakery. There's a Menchie's, and then like. First thing I do, like, I think it was like the third month of the school year at the time. I'm not sure if it was freshman or sophomore year. It was the shit that like drove me away from that McDonald's. Like if I ever want McDonald's after school, I have to wait because I ain't going there ever again.
Well, first of all, the mistake was that you go to McDonald's because McDonald's is ass.
Fuck you.
Not the fucking chicken.
Go to
nuggets.
Wendy's.
Wendy's is also pretty good.
Yeah, Wendy's is good.
Yeah, I love Wendy's.
So
Yeah, cool kid. This TCG podcast is great, right?
Indeed.
How do you guys feel about those janky ass trading cards? We're saying the word trading cards that you get like every time fucking Pokemon shit is coming out, like at McDonald's or something. And
Bro,
they
they're
got,
not
like,
even good, bro. They are hot
Bro.
garbage.
But
That shit's
How the hell am I supposed to edit my freaking poison counter Gengar deck? No, I'm not gonna. I can't use a fucking Latias with that shit. I don't care how hollow it is.
no, when I
Are you
first
trying to
started
give me a
working,
40 HP starter Pokemon?
when I first started working, yeah, they're all like basics. When I first started working at McDonald's, the toy that they had was for Sun and Moon, and they had those 12 collect
Ew.
them all shiny cards. And at the time, I was collecting Pokemon cards, and I'd see somebody like an employee take a toy every once in a while because it's perks of working at McDonald's. But I think I took it a little too far in the way that over the course of about a week, I took enough toys to collect all the cards, specifically just the cards, that I would like sift through the back like a fucking Neanderthal looking.
Sounds like a good time though, honestly.
Oh, I was like watching the cameras, making sure people. This is like the first like month that I'm working there, and I'm jeopardizing my job for some fucking Pokemon cards.
You're a thief.
Oh no! Hey, it's Sweet Potato.
Oh shit.
She here.
Hi.
Hello.
Wait.
Wanna would be funny if in that McDonald's you found someone else collecting Pokemon cards and then you just battle like while someone's giving like mid order.
Yeah, I want to open up a burger joint that also serves as like a card shop, like a hobby shop.
That would actually be a really smart idea. I'd invest into that.
I want to, dude. I want to have my own shop. Like, honestly,
Then do it.
I think for any like TCG kid that's like really, really into TCGs or any type of tabletop gaming, I think that's probably like their dream.
Also, if you do get into D&D, because I know you're trying to do that, you should also probably do that too. That would be smart.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I gotta get
Like on
into
a weekend or like on a Friday, just be like, "Hey guys, we're playing Horde of the Dragon Queen." Yeah.
Wait, what are we calling the shop?
I don't fucking know. It's your shop.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está el banco? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Edgar Santiago Bar Fernando Palatino.
Yeah.
I
Are
was
you
talking to
Cuban?
her,
Because
by
you
the way.
spoke like really quick.
That's how you
I'm
have to
Puerto
speak it.
He was
Because
trying
I'm
to
Puerto
show off.
How do you guys feel
That's
about
actually
like?
how I speak.
Do you ever go into like a Walmart or a Target and they've got like these janky ass clear boxes of just cards from like so say Pokemon or like Magic or
Oh,
something,
yes.
Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. And you
Yeah,
got, like,
that's
these-
what got
these-
me into Pokemon.
These clear boxes, of just like random ass cards, and I've always looked at them and they say $20 for 100 cards, and I'm like, how?
And then you get it. The only thing that's valuable is the dice.
Like that a deal.
I look at it and I'm like, what is the risk? What is the risk of all of these cards being one common, just a repeat of one common, with that one foil rare or whatever that they got on the front, like they are advertising it with, that isn't actually good.
Yeah.
Like what is like the reality that I could possibly just pull like 99 lands, and I'm just
That's how I got my Mewtwo EX. So you want to know what? I'm happy.
yeah.
You're
And then I got the rest of my shit from my normal psychic deck. So I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god, it's Becky.
you're
Oh my gosh. Yes, Liz, that's Sweet Potato. Like you, she has multiple accounts. It's okay.
What is going on? Right
They're
now?
fucking.
Yo, who's Sweet Potato?
My girlfriend.
girl on girl.
Our girlfriends are having a moment.
You're having a moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to go into a duel, not like a card game duel, but like in a literal boxing ring.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I want them to punch each other square in the jaw as their teeth fling out like bullets.
I want there to.
No,
Shut
no.
the. What the fuck?
Let me say this. Let me
That
say
is
this.
fucking
Let
horrible.
me say this. Are you familiar with fighting game tournaments? What's your name? Fuck. Alpha.
What?
Are you're familiar with them? Do you know CEO?
What? Say that one more time.
Are you familiar with fighting game tournaments?
Like,
Like Evo, CEO, all
not
those
really.
things. Okay. So were
Yeah.
you ever a fan of wrestling?
I never watched it, but
Like
like
WWE or
no, but like Sometimes when I think about Slim Jim commercials, I cry because I miss Randy Savage.
Okay. No, I was just gonna bring it up because there's a fighting game tournament where their whole aesthetic is wrestling, and the top 8 players they get to like they have a setup so where it looks like it's like a ramp. There's an entrance, and in the middle where they play the game, it's like a giant wrestling ring,
Okay.
and they get to come up with their own entrance and be creative.
Oh,
I was
that's
just thinking,
cool.
what if some TCG like did that? Like I don't know, like Magic started doing stupid.
Have you
shit.
ever seen those fucking images of like the whatchamacallit them, the your local game store, and the event that they're having is like a one-on-one cage match, but like it's just tabled where they're playing cards. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, but they've got like a cage around them, and people are like gripping the cage and like holding money and shouting. It's just a Yu-Gi-Oh.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, there's an actual thing like that?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the commercial?
No, I'm talking about. I've seen images of this shit.
Bakugan.
Bro, you gotta send me
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Like I actually want to like if I ever had like a fucking car shop, I actually want to do that and just like stream it so that people are just looking at like, wait, what is this? What am I watching right now? The commentary is like he brings up a freaking 5 negate board and the guy just stops and like, oh my god, stutter, Jayon.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out! He's starting up one of his trap cards!
Bro, the funny thing is that actually happened with Bakugan.
Wait, hold on. What is this? What is this? What is the chat right now? Yes, OMG, we can tag team. What?
They're talking because fucking
plotting on
Slothe
your
was like,
downfall.
let's have them one-on-one, like their teeth are gonna fly out like bullets, and they're like, no, I don't want to hit my best friend. In fact, everybody get in the ring with us. We're gonna fuck y'all up.
Lizzie, I'm going to tell you right now. Same thing with Maham. If you want to be with me in pros, then you have to play our card games.
No, you know what? I'm hella lucky that Liz supports Horizon. That Liz
No.
just
Fuck that shit. They have to be the best.
we're both
too.
hella lucky that we have people who actually were like they at least give a thumbs up. Like
Oh yeah, I am.
I was
She's beaten me, I think, once in my game, Maham.
there was some there is some guy who DM'd me and he was saying, hey, delete my channel on the thing and on the HDCG Discord, and I ended up talking him down out of it, and he was saying that nobody supports him in whatever he does. Like his family just shits on the fact that he's a TCG creator and that he wants to do this. And you know, like I think everybody has like detractors and things like that. Like I had friends who like, you know, thought it was stupid that this is what I want to do with my free time. But, you know, I think we're all lucky to, you know, not only have the community, but to have people who are close to us at least give us a thumbs up, if not play the game with us. Because that's the whole point, is we just want to make a game that we like and that we want to give to other people. And if there are other people that care, that's the whole point. I'm really happy. Just for all of us, really. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cage match. I'm looking it up.
No, I want this, man.
Yeah, I need it too. In the meantime, so what is your guys' favorite strategy to encourage your game, and what's your least favorite? So I'm pretty sure Mill is up there on least favorite, but what is you guys' favorite like strategies to encourage?
Control.
Well, like, so Mango has a unique way of creating control in his game. Like, he uses the frog system. So do you feel like if you're going to go for something like control, do you feel the need to change it up so it's not like Magic? Because I feel like Magic kind of pioneers the idea of control in card games, or at least that's my opinion.
I feel like they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like with my game at least, because it's movement based. So control, I have a lot of options for like control spells and stuff that like control board presence. And because you actually have to like somewhat build the board per se, being able to remove your opponent's board definitely could be interesting. Yeah, I brain farted there. Somebody else go, please.
Yeah, so Mango, like, what's your... You don't necessarily have to say aggro, control, combo, or something, but, like, what's your favorite thing? Like, maybe your favorite strategy in your game.
My favorite strategy, I think at the moment, let me think right now, because there are a couple that are like, one of my favorite ones is one that's I'm designing for set two, because I have an archetype in my game called babies, and they're a nature archetype. Um, they're meant to. I don't even know exactly what they're meant to be, but
Yeah,
but the idea of them is
baby mama.
Shut
Oh
up.
yeah, speaking of baby mama, I got a bone to pick with you.
Anyway,
Go.
Continue.
the idea of them is that you have your queen bee, and that every time one of your bees kills something, then she gets to absorb something into her chain. In my game, if anybody in the chat's familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like adding material to an XZ monster. Except in this game, you can add material to about anything, and sometimes almost everything can release the material in order to activate an ability. And so that's sort of the idea is just make things fight each other, and then the bee makes and then with the bee, if she has enough material, you can cause them to fight even more, and it kind of just like you can potentially board wipe before you even attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like stuff like that. Like I like combo. That's really what I like. In TCGs are just combos, and
My favorite
I've
is combo
seen-
too.
huh?
Combo is my favorite too. Like
And
I can
combo
never,
is fun, man.
I can never
We're like
build.
Jimmy. We are Jimmy. We're in game nights. That's what we are.
Yeah.
People don't seem to understand us.
Yeah, so if anybody's unaware, there's this, brief description is there are these people who every month or every week they build a new commander deck and they do a 4-way commander game as commander is usually played. And one of the people who co-hosts is Jimmy, and Jimmy loves combo decks, but he never wins. Like he always gets killed first every single time.
Because they know that if they let him like do his stuff, they're all going to lose.
There's some games
Yeah.
where he has like one land and he's sitting there, and like every time they do these things where they film them like a reality TV show sitting in a chair, like, oh, I thought I was kaput, I thought I was done, that kind of thing. And Jimmy is
Yeah.
always just like, maybe I can hold out for the next land, and like people are just fucking picking on Jimmy even though he's got one land the whole game, and they're eating
And
his
they were
ass.
like,
Yeah.
before he dies, before he loses,
Yeah.
he just wrecks
Yeah.
everyone's shit.
And
then he
Josh
dies.
Lee is just sitting there with like 15 lands.
I hate Josh. Lee, but, like, I love him, but for some reason, like I hate him. I don't know what it is about him.
I can't find images. I'm really trying to, but I think the whole thing was a reference to the Goki Cage match card.
I think I know why you don't like him.
Why?
Because his forehead's too crinkly.
No, it's not
Because you
that.
can't tell
I
if he's
think
buff or fat.
what it is to me is that it's very. When I look at him, I feel confused. Like
This is the most active the
sitting
chat has
down,
ever
he
been.
looks chunky, but at the same time, when he's not sitting down, you look at him, he looks like he works out. Like he looks like he's buff, but at the same time, he looks chunky. And it's like, you ever seen those guys with the really big pot belly, but yet they have muscly arms?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I get confused, because when I look at him, I see that. I don't know why, but for some reason,
Yeah, I agree. He does have a very crinkly forehead.
God damn it!
I'm so
What the heck
happy.
is going on in our chat?
I
right
know
now?
it's exploding because okay, so here's the backstory behind this. Liz has been obsessed with SweetPotato before she even knew anything about her besides that she was your girlfriend. She just saw that she was supportive and was like, "Oh, I like SweetPotato." And then I finally meet SweetPotato and we're on Discord. I'm telling her all about Liz, and then SweetPotato becomes obsessed with Liz and wants to meet her. And so now our girlfriends, without knowing basically anything about each other, want to be each other's best friends. Like, for the sheer fact is that they want friends, and they're like, oh. So like not so.
Women.
That's wholesome.
No, yeah, it really is, and I'm very happy that this is happening.
Like it. It's cute.
Because I told her, I was like, here, I'll just give her your her Discord, and you guys can chat. And she's like, no, I'm too shy. Like, I can't talk to her. And like,
No.
and SweetPotato was the same way. She's like, I can't talk to her. I can't talk to girls. I don't know how to do that. And so they're both, and Liz told me the only way that it was going to happen was if she was, like, to be able to talk to her was if she was in a chat with you, me, and her at the same time so that she could get in the water or whatever. I just feel like Liz is not used to having a lot of friends. You ever have, like, a dog that every time you're walking him, like, starts barking at literally everything?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, years go by, and that dog starts seeing other dogs playing and walking outside, and is scratching on the window. And it's like, wait, why are you fucking changing your tune now? Not. I've now compared my girlfriend to a dog. I am fucking idiot.
Did you just like
Wow.
unknowingly call your girlfriend a bitch?
No, that's you. Fuck you.
No, because you called her a dog and she is female, so
Fine.
that's on you, fam.
Well,
No.
Alpha Wookie,
I'll
she's
commit-
your bitch.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna commit Sudoku. I'm gonna commit Sudoku.
Sudoku's a
Can we
game.
get
It's
back on like what the
seppuku.
topic
on
is?
the
'Cause, like,
side.
we just like half this stream, we just like went off the rail.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, we came up with new ideas like
Yeah.
we talked about that were valid, but
like,
oh, by the way, haven't you guys seen the new Chaos Galaxy?
yeah,
where
I
we
was
made
just
a
about to
video?
ask that.
I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
not, but I'm
It's
curious.
so good.
I
It's
want this
wholesome.
juicy
It's a really good
spit.
video.
Oh. Aw.
Yeah, it's a good
Huh.
video. So more about like how much you can make off of a TCG. And I feel like it's like I agree with our Alpha Wiki where it's like a pretty healthy video to make, especially for the community. And I agree with most of the things that Zach says in the video, with especially the number one thing where it's like if you're going to make a TCG just to profit off the TCG, then don't make a TCG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So that's exactly what he was saying, is he was saying that you're not going to make any money, that you have to have passion in order to drive what you're doing. And it was something refreshing because you hear a lot of people say that. I've always blown that horn and nobody gives a fuck. But finally, like, the PewDiePie of the community goes, don't go into this.
PewDiePie.
He is the PewDiePie of the community.
He is.
He's
I think
making
he
the
needs to make
most...
a diss track to the podcast.
Bitch lasagna.
Nah, bro, he's gonna come to England is my city.
That's
England is my
fucking
shitty.
cancer.
Sideboard is shitty.
No, like he plays a clip where we're talking shit, and then he opens up the rap. Oh fuck! I can't believe you done this.
Yes.
Who was it that was saying Zach was claiming that he was that guy?
Say what?
Who said to me that Zach was claiming that he was that guy? Though. Oh, I can't
that
believe
was
you've done
Kirroh.
this. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known. Kira's a liar.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, they do look alike. I wouldn't be surprised.
Like Kira
Nah,
told me
Zach-
that he
Zach
liked my
did-
game.
did say. I even said make a screenshot.
No, I was there when I.
Popular.
Yeah, you know, yeah, you did send me the screenshot,
Plotting on my downfall.
bro. But yeah. What else was there? I'm trying to think. I like
Alright.
how the stream, the name of the stream is Petition to get. Anyways,
Mhm.
It is now
Change
Slothe.
to Slothe
It is now
Stranded
Slothe
now.
Stranded. Here we can move it back. Here. Petition for Liz to BFF. Sweet potato.
all right, but
Yeah.
you mind if I talk about my tournament real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So for the people that are watching who don't know, I am having a tournament coming up this Saturday, and it's going to be a Swiss style tournament. For those of you who don't know, Swiss is basically where players can players fight each other based on their scores. So that way, whenever there's a match, it's always players of equal skill level. Um, but we're going to do that, and there's going to be different rounds. The rounds will take place in the course of a week, so that it gives players to schedule when they want to do their match with their opponent.
Mhm.
So that way, because I know that people are busy and that they have different time zones and all that, so that's why I set it up like that. Also, if the tournament, if the round is finished before the week ends, then we'll just start the tournament. We'll just start the next round early, and you'll have those added days to do your matches. Another thing is
Can you stop with this fucking pufferfish spam in my Discord? Are you kidding me, Slothe?
Another thing is that we are
I already get too many erections as it is when I watch SpongeBob with an episode of Mrs. Puff. Like, it's just
Wait, what are we
fuck.
talking about?
Hey, Puff Mama, what you making for lunch today? Chili?
Why do you always
That-
sound like that?
That gets me hard every time.
Oh, God.
I remember that episode. Oh my god, that was repressed in my memory, and you just fucking fish it out.
But
So say
my
what you say,
God.
Mega.
but yeah.
Oh man.
That's what the tournament is going to be. As for prizes,
Uh-huh.
I'm actually thinking about, because it's just like the last tournament. Top 3 are going to get to create a card. Well, it depends. Like if we have less than 6 people join, then it's going to be top 2. If it's more than 6, then top 3 get to create a card. Everyone's going to get if they join the Discord, they all get a Oversoul tournament role, or it's Oversoul tournament 2 role. The top 3 will get the top 3 role, and the champion will get the champion role. I'm thinking about giving the champion a booster pack of the first set if they win. So and another thing, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. We do have a sign up for it in the Discord. If you go to my channel, you can click on any of my videos. There's going to be a link to the Discord in the description, and you can join that way. And you'll find the signups inside the announcement channel in the Discord. But yeah, just if anyone's interested, I'm usually available like the whole entire day because I have no fucking life.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
no one knows right now.
if not me, then maybe Kirroh could help. But I know he's busy. So I'd rather you guys come to me. But if I can't be available, maybe try to get Kirroh. If he's not available, then try to wait. We will get to you as soon as possible. But we will teach you the game. But if you don't want to play in the tournament, that's fine too. You guys can just come over. We can teach you the game and we can hang out because our server's pretty chill. We might not be active in the text channels, but we're always active in the VC channels. So yeah. So I got to say.
All right. Thank you, Mango.
That was trash.
No, stop.
No, you're good. You're good, Bingo.
Somebody played the violin song in hardcore remix.
What? No, all right. So, Kirroh has a topic for us, and Mango had actually, not Mango, Slothe had actually posted something.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Yep. Thank you.
Guy.
I hate you more. The fucking shit.
Beautiful. I'm crying.
So, Slothe was asking, what's your favorite strategy to run in a card game, whether it's one game... Oh, I'm sorry.
Kirroh or
Fuck, I thought Slothe had actually said this. But I guess this is something that Kirroh said. Do you have a character... Do you have a character/card in your game that is your favorite? And if so, how does that affect your bias when making the card? For example... Is it hard for you to balance cards that you feel more attached to than others, and how does that affect your design choices? I love this question, Kirroh. That's a good-ass question.
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Who wants to go first on this? I guess
Case
I'll
of
go first.
Ugly.
You can go first.
Case of ugly.
Case of Ugly. He's cool. I
That's just
what do I do with them? I don't really do anything. Back in the original version of Bizarre Nature, there's like an entire deck based around him, but like it was very clunky and I didn't like it. And now in this version, I'm trying my best not to do that, but at the same time I feel like I'm just avoiding it altogether.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that's literally it. I don't have a lot of cards.
I thought you only had two. The piggy bank and the case of the ugly.
No, I have like 9.
You're
Wait, no.
fetus
I have
card.
3. You're missing the fetus.
Oh yeah, you cleared the fetus! Antichrist baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, bro? You got one or?
Me? Hell yeah, I got some.
No.
I become attached to the characters that I come up with. I think the one that I'm most biased towards is possibly Delias.
The angel one, right?
Yeah, the angel one that Mango did. He did a fantastic art. And I worked so hard on making the background. The hardest part was just having the floating the floating city in the background. I designed the whole ass thing right on that background. And so I had all this level of detail and then shrunk down. Anyway, so what makes me so I don't know what makes me so attached to her, but she's just a character that gets punished by the gods for thinking
You
for
like
herself.
a woman that gets punishment, huh?
Shut the fuck up. Everybody is such a degenerate, I swear.
I bet you live in Spain, huh? You're daddy's little girl, huh?
Who sent that fucking Ben Shapiro video on Mango's channel where like this guy is just going down a maze of Ben Shapiro's face, and this guy is just doing an impression of Ben Shapiro, and he's like, let's suppose like
I know that video.
yeah, and he's like, let's suppose that you're daddy's girl, and that you've been very bad. Using that logic, we'd say that you're a bad girl. Now, what do bad girls get? That they get punished,
That's not that's not a right impression. You have to go faster.
Shut. Anyway, so for Delias, I'm talking about a card game now. I don't know why I find Delias so important to me. I feel like maybe because she pushes events that are very important to me in the game, and so she, by association, has become important to me. Delias is this angel whose wings were cut off by the gods and cast over the side of the floating city called the Sky Kingdom. And she plummeted to the earth, but fallen angels caught her. And they slowly descended her to the ground, and she grafted on new wings, and she plotted her, just destruction of these gods. And there's another character in the story. His name is Slothe, and he, not necessarily unwittingly, but he destroys the power source that gives these gods immortality. And once word gets out that the gods are mortal, fucking Delias is like, yeah. It's a night out on the town. So she takes her legion that she's been building, and they decide that now is the time to attack. So they charge the Sky Kingdom, and they start slaughtering everybody. And she's just a character who suffered a lot of betrayal, and she decides to lash out on the world because of it. But one of the things about her was I just wanted her to be good. Like, one of the things I hate about Magic is legendary creatures, like 75% of the time, hit the floor. Like, they suck. And it's not fun to play with legendary creatures. But my favorite legendary creature is something really cool. Whose feedback? Oh, no. I hate my voice. Stop it. No, but Anyway, no, like, I feel like, in my opinion, and this is the way I want my game to work and how I'm building my game, is legendary creatures should have the ability to have strategies built around them. That if you put them in the deck, the point of the deck is to get that legendary creature out, and they complete the strategy. That they just make it whole. And my favorite legendary creature in Magic as of yet is Feather the Redeemed. And what she is she is a 3/4 angel for 3 mana, and she's flying, this and that. But the real point of her is that her strategy, her passive is that whenever you would cast an instant or sorcery spell that would target a creature you control, instead of putting it in your graveyard, you exile that card and then put it back into your hand at the end of the turn. So basically, as long as she's in play, all these buff spells that you're playing go back to your hand. And you can keep replaying them over and over and over. It's just so aggro, but like a whole deck was built around that concept. She's just such a pivotal idea in the deck that the whole deck is around her. And my game mat is Feather. Like, she's my favorite legendary character for this reason. I don't really know anything about her other than what she does on her card, but she is the core strategy of the deck that I play. And that's the way I want all legendary creatures to function. Oh no, Kirroh.
That makes sense.
That's the way I want all my legendary creatures to function, is if you slip them into a deck, it means that they complete the strategy. So Delias is a character that I want a strategy to be built around. She's really interesting. Like in the lore, how she decided to siege the kingdom and kill all the gods, when she enters play, she has 4 siege counters put on her. And at the beginning of each of your combats, you remove a siege counter from her. And once the final siege counter is removed, you destroy all creatures on the board. So I forgot to mention a mechanic. So there's a mechanic called Pledge, and the idea is that wind is about loyalty, and when you and there are creatures with Pledge, and when you pledge a creature, you get extra abilities with that creature, but they come in tapped. And coming in tapped is something very dangerous, because in my game, you can direct attack creatures who are tapped. So when you pledge yourself as a creature, you are taking a risk for the rest of the group. And so that's what Delias rewards, that strategy, is other creatures that pledge themselves to her. And so she has a pledge ability that when she pledges, all creatures with Pledge untap. Yeah. And her ability is when the last counter is taken off of her, you destroy all creatures that are in play that don't have a Pledge ability on them. So the main idea is you want to build up a deck that is about pledging. And so it goes to the idea of these angels who decided to pledge their loyalty to her, but they wanted to go out on a limb with her and do what they thought was just, is kill these people who were posing as gods and who would cause so much suffering in the world. And that's what her card is supposed to do. Is it's supposed to represent their siege on the city, their destruction of everything, their slaughter of everybody, besides the people who would be pledged to her. So that's
I like that.
Yeah.
Like your game, like it really seems more like, rather than just playing a game, to me, from you describing it, it feels like you're not just playing a game, but you're playing the story. You're playing with the characters, but you're playing their story.
Absolutely. Like, I want people to get attached to the characters the way I'm attached to them. That's something that I want to fuel in the game, is like when the people see these, and they're called unmatched monsters. So you can only have one in play with the same name. Same as rules, that kind of thing. But what I want is when people look at these, they go, there's a story behind this character, and I'm wondering what it is. Now, I've kind of, on my cards, I've run out of room because of my new template. I've run out of room for lore on the cards, so I'm probably just going to start releasing lore either in videos or on special types of cards or something like that. But that's the way I want to reveal more things about characters, is through the small pieces of lore that I give on cards. Now that's kind of like being pushed to the sidelines right now. I'm probably going to figure out another way. But, you know, I want people to have fun with these characters. Not necessarily like, oh, they're just so jolly, but like be able to connect with one and build a deck because you like that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another character that I'm attached to, I'll probably go on for like another 2 minutes there and cap me off if anybody else wants to talk. But another character is Rodolph the Pariah. And
Rudolph?
Rodolph. Anyway, he's a Beastmaster, and he is an Earth creature. And the whole idea is that the Earth has undergone a revolution. That a peace brigade called the Silek Accords has taken over the forest, and they're enforcing mandatory tranquility. They're enforcing the aspects of like pollen and nice and things like that, like nobody fighting and killing each other, but they've taken away the other aspects of nature that are natural, like predation and things like that. And that animals are no longer allowed to kill and eat each other, and it's created.
That's horrible.
Yeah, all in the name of peace. But the whole idea.
You can have peace, but damn,
But the whole idea is that the idea of predation, there's this right of the challenge, that all animals have the right to fight each other, to this natural selection to prevail in the world, to fight tyranny. Because if somebody comes into power who is a tyrant, it is nature's responsibility to cycle that tyrant out. That nature abhors the idea of a tyrant, somebody that controls everything, and that something bigger will come along and kill that thing. So the idea is the survival of the fittest, that the strong will rule, and when the strong become weak, the strong will take over the weak. And that is what is being defied by this peace brigade, this mandatory peace. And Rodolph is sickened by this.
So basically, where America seems like it's heading down.
I don't know. I mean, you could make
and that's
that.
what it feels like.
But his master, who trained him in magic and all that, his name is Windleflin, and he's a golem who is at the head of this peace brigade. And because of his quote-unquote radical leanings...
Are these the guys you want me to draw for you?
No, Rodolph and Windleflin have already been done. Oh, yeah! Yeah, so I've commissioned Mango to do an art, and it's about when Windleflin and Rodolph finally have their conflict, when they finally decide to fucking duke it out.
It's a JoJo's reference.
Yeah, I have, like, I was like, hey, I want to make a motherfucking JoJo's reference. Can you, like, put these characters in the position of, like, Dio and JoJo, like, stepping into place about to fight each other? And that's what I asked him to do. But so a little more backstory. Windleflin sees Windleflin knows information about the siege that's going to happen on the horizon, and he has the power to stop it. This is before peace is established. He has the power to stop it, but he goes, if this massive fucking city collapses to the ground, then there'll be chaos, and in that chaos, we can take over and we can establish peace. So that's what he wants. And Rodolph, like, he this is crazy to him, and he's going to tell everybody what's going on, and he's going to stop this. And Windleflin decides to seal Rodolph away in stone, and he comes back and tells everybody, oh, Rodolph, he went off on on a trip. He basically wanted to find himself, and so he's out exploring the world. And everybody buys it. And when the horizon collapse and his stone prison breaks, he comes back with a vengeance. And so what he's there to do is to stop this mandatory peace and bring back the right of nature, which is predation, which is natural selection, the natural order. So he is the violent aspect of nature clashing with the peaceful aspect of nature. There's the duality that I wanted to do there. The idea that nature is one and there's a community, and the idea that nature is the struggle of the individual.
Yeah.
Like that's what I wanted to do with Rodolph. And what Rodolph's ability is, and he favors wolves because they travel. Like it's interesting. He favors wolves.
Cute and cuddly and warm. And
No. He fucking gives your wolves that you control the ability to like eat other things and play. Like he comes into play and then everything just mauls. Like that's what he does. Yeah.
Was that a magic mechanic maul, or you're talking about the actual word maul?
No, it's like maul as in just fucking ravage. But no, the ability is challenge, and when the creature comes into play, you can play the cost to challenge, and it will like do combat with another creature, which isn't something you can normally do. It's something specifically that Earth can do. They don't have board control with spells. They have board control with the creatures. The creatures do the talking. The natural selection does the talking.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what was the question again?
The question was what is a character that you are attached to, or a card that you attach to, that you feel like, oh fuck, I guess I kind of forgot. I got talking about Delias, and everybody knows that goes off track. So we have, do you have a character / card in your game that is your favorite? And if so, how does that affect your bias when making that card? For example, is it hard for you to balance cards that you feel are more attached to than others, and how does that affect your design choices? Fucking amazing topic, by the way.
It really is. For me, I would say it would be the cards Red Thorn, Harmonic Dragon, and Revolver Dragon, because those cards, like they've been in the game for a very long time, and they've had different versions of it with the things that they do. But of course, like with the game changing, they have to be changed a lot, themselves as well. So, and what they can do. Red Thorn was actually based around because it has harmony or harmonic in its name. It was a very passive play style where you are rewarded for each turn you do not attack. And then when you finally do attack, then you just you go off, you go ham, and then
you were in contact with my girlfriend for 1 second, and you have to send the donut. You have to send the fucking donut gift.
You know you love it. You know it's awesome, bro. Dude, it's a mood. It's mood. It's amazing. It's hilarious.
I don't know why, but as soon as he said pledge, like all I could think about was like like all the children in the classroom just being like,
I pledge allegiance to the flag
I thought
of
you
the
hated
United
children.
States of America.
But yeah, so that's why I have that connection with Red Thorn. I actually really liked it. Or her. It's actually a female. I really love. Yeah, Red Thorn Harmonic Dragon is a female dragon. It's always been a female.
I don't want to play your game anymore.
But yeah, Red Thorn, she's always
representation.
Been in the game, so she kind of has like that sort of like, because she's always been around, so I have that connection with her. And then for the other dragon, Gunsmoke Revolver Dragon, I never like really got to making the card because I wanted to figure out exactly what to do with it. But it's always been an idea in my mind, and because I actually do want to make a manga for Oversoul, in the style of like Vanguard or Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. There was always going to be a character that used it, and so I want to add support to the game for those cards. But the thing is, I'm not sure exactly how to do it. Because for me at least, whenever there's and this is just my opinion, of course, but whenever there is support for one specific card, I feel like it'll make it it could possibly potentially make the card broken. So like I want to do it, but I'm scared to do it. And if I do it, I want to make it vague so that other cards can use that card in their strategy. At the same time, there could be a possibility that um it'll be better. The card just would be better used in a different strategy than rather with those cards. So those are my things. I love those two guys. Yeah. Kirroh, you got any?
Uh, yes, actually, I do. The first card I ever made for my game, his artwork, well, his name is Samuel the Violent Death. His artwork took me 12 hours. That's the longest that I've ever taken on an artwork. And every time I try to like go back and like look at him, like to see if there's anything that I think might be too OP about him, I just can't like bring myself to change it because I feel like I'd be doing him a disjustice if I did. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of childish of me to think of the card like that and like keep it from being nerfed in ways that might be necessary. But until I see someone actually like break the card, I don't think I'm going to like take steps to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, that's the thing is in order to make a strategy entirely based around a card, you've got to make the card powerful or at least versatile. So that's something I was always worried about. The legendary creatures being too much, and if you just got one in your deck, it's just I win the game. So, that was a worry. That is a worry of mine, but hopefully a reality I don't have to, face too soon here.
Yeah.
Like because if I have to, kill one of my babies, it's over. It's over.
Yeah. Really.
Because they do what they do based on what they do in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
did you guys
Chaos Galaxy a lot last week? Oh, what were you gonna say?
Did you guys know what Sin Mango is short for?
What?
What? It's short for Cinnamon Mangolius. But that's not important.
Nice.
So just everybody call mango cinnamon, but with an S. Like,
hey, cinnamon.
Cinnamon Mangolius.
Yeah. At least you're not calling me what my ex used to call me, so I'm cool.
Yeah. My dad ran away with a woman named Cinnamon, spelled with an S.
Nice.
Are you okay, Mango?
Sorry for your loss.
No, she was okay.
Oh.
One titty was lopsided.
Sure.
That's probably why he liked it.
What else do we have to talk about?
I was going to, on the topic of characters people are too attached to, bring up Zach.
Oh, you had another one?
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring up Zach, how in Chaos Galaxy there's a card that literally everyone who has ever played his game said is broken, but simply because he likes the artwork. What?
Humongous Ancient Rockman?
No,
I thought that was his favorite. Who?
I think Humongous Ancient Rockman is his favorite, but he said that Pelfam was one of his favorites, and because of that reason alone, he refuses to ban it just outright.
Is it the one with?
Everyone knows it's broken.
I can understand that though. Like that's his baby, man.
Yeah, but you have to play 2 copies of that card to even be able to have a chance to win.
So why not just play it at 1?
Because if you do, you lose. But
would it be better for the meta?
What does Pelfam do?
Basically, it's just a big creature that has a removal effect. But the fact is that it was the only creature that had that type of effect.
Yeah.
On a body for 4 years straight, and it's still the best one of its kind. To the point where, like, if you don't run 2 copies of it, you just lose.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, still, he refuses to limit it or ban it just because he likes it. And Yeah, that's not healthy for a game.
No, but I understand where he's coming from. I
I've got
really do.
this. I've got this one card that's my baby that like nobody's even tested yet, and I'm already scared that it's gonna get broken really quickly.
Yeah.
I've told you guys about Vengeance Cycle, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so scared that card's gonna break. So basically, what it is in my game, the lightning bolt, quote unquote, of the game is called Pyromancy. It's for 2 fire offering. You deal 40 damage to any target, and you do this basically at instant speed. So the idea is that 2 fire offering would translate to 40 to any target at instant speed. But we've got this other spell that does 40 damage to any target at sorcery speed for 1 fire mana. So, okay, so I'm just making this a little more complicated. It's a spell that does 40 damage to any target for really, really cheap. Cheaper than it should. But the downside is whoever you target with it gets to make a choice. They can choose to deal 40 damage also to any target. But if they do, the card does not go to your graveyard, it goes back to your hand. So you can cast it again at some point. And if they decide to do 40 in damage again to something else, that card goes back to your hand. It's a vengeance cycle. You keep doing 40 in damage over and over to each other. And it's something thematically and lore-wise that means a lot to me, just the cycle of vengeance, and like the card just keeps cycling over and over and over. But I feel like
it'll be broken.
It'll be broken. Like,
yeah, no, I get you.
Your opponent either lets you get away with 40 damage for only 1 offering, or you just keep cycling 40 damage over and over and over and over again as long as your opponent can keep casting it. I really like the idea of the card, but I feel like it's going to go one of 2 ways. And I feel like unless, like, if your opponent has a threat that you're worried about, you'll deal damage to that threat and you'll let the card go back to your opponent's hand. But if your opponent doesn't have something that you're worried about, you let it resolve and your opponent gets away with 40 damage for only 1 offering when it should be 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like it could be an interesting card. And it's my baby. I love the idea of it, but I feel like it could get scrapped or it could get broken.
Yeah, no, I get you. It kind of reminds me.
If it did get broken.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, now if it did get broken, would you listen to your player base?
Oh, absolutely.
If they.
Okay.
Or,
absolutely. I feel like player what do you call it? Response is extremely important to listen to. Like, if my brother is the one who breaks my game all the time. Like, he makes cards and he tells me, hey, there's something wrong with that card, and he'll tell me, and I never believe him. I always go, we have yet to test that. And sometimes he doesn't even tell me a card is broken. He knows I'm not going to listen to him, so he just shows it to me. He builds a deck around it, and he shows me how bad the card is.
He needs to play Oversoul.
Yeah? He'd probably like it. I explained the card game to him, and he's like, "That's a really cool idea." He'd probably like playing
offering up my job.
What?
You got
I don't want to get
about to get replaced with a white boy. He's pasty.
Damn. No, but one thing I want to say is that kind of reminds me of a card. It's another card that I really that I hold dear. It's one of my babies. Her name is Devil Girl Alice the Wanderer. And for me, I love fairy tales. I love when card games implement fairy tales into the game. And so she's Alice, from Alice in Wonderland, except she's been corrupted, and so she's she kind of becomes a succubus. So her traits or attributes are storybook / succubus.
Whoa!
And the way that she works, or originally the way that she works, is that while she's on the field, she has 2 hits, by the way, so she can she can hit pretty hard. So the way that she works is while she's on the field, none of your other souls can attack the player, but if they destroy a soul by battle, then they deal damage to the opponent that way.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
that's cool.
And, she and then
broken?
for each, I'm gonna get to it. So and then what she has is for each soul that she has in her soul gauge. No, for each storybook soul that she has in her soul gauge, she gains an extra 100 power.
Hmm.
And also, she can release cards from her chain
Okay.
to summon soul cards. So yeah, storybooks from her chain for free.
Really?
That comboed with other storybook cards, which lower the enemy's power by like 100 or something, and then have added abilities, kind of makes it kind of broken because then you're able to lower their stuff, make them weaker, and then crash into them. The only thing that kind of works is that like she can still attack for two damage every turn, but if your opponent, but like when I was playtesting it the first time, I noticed that nobody would attack while she was on the board and you had a full board because she knew that as soon as you attacked or something like that, they'll start taking damage like badly.
Yeah.
And so it kind of got broken. And so I try to do something else, where it's like if something's cost reach level power reaches 0, because I love the play style, and so I wanted to try to keep it but change it, to like how the damage would happen. So I changed it to if the power is reduced to 0, then the owner of it takes damage. And so I try to make her a double-edged sword so that she's really good, but it can happen to you too, and you can kill yourself with her. It was still broken. It was very broken. So then I just changed her to what she's now, to where you can forget storybook souls that you control, which is banish, and she gains extra hit and extra power from it. So that way it's actually a lot less broken. It sounds broken, but it's actually a lot less broken than the other abilities. But I wanted so badly for her to keep her original play style, but like it was just never going to work, the way I wanted it to without it being, a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
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 Yeah. Slothe is so fucking silent sometimes. I feel like that he's just like doing some other shit sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But he's
I was
actually
watching an
just,
Alpha
Mario
Rat
Maker.
video
you watch
about
Alpha
Mario
Rat.
Maker.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured.
No, but like I was still listening though.
I know.
You
You a good little frog.
He loves us.
he kissed me.
You love daddy, don't you?
I'm dying.
Let me feed you, baby. No, it's not. It's not
I'm
the
going
titty
to
milk, I
combust
swear.
in flames.
I did my time, and I will now.
What?
What?
Uh-huh.
I did my time.
Hello, Yoshi Bobs.
no.
Sorry that you're coming in on this nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was thinking about cards for my game because
Yeah.
I need those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mango, pitch to me
Yeah.
right now. If there was an anime about your card game, how would the show go?
Alright,
Yes, I'm interested in this.
here's how it would go, right? Wait, who asked this?
Slothe.
Alpha.
Oh, Slow?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, I'm stupid.
So the way that because for me when it comes to comics, because like before I wanted to do before I wanted to do card games, all I wanted to do was become a mangaka, manga artist, and like I would just spend all my time. So like when I first started, my coloring was very rough because I was better at black and white stuff, like line art and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so my style is that when it comes to writing is like there's a little bit of Quentin Tarantino in there where
Oh, really?
it's not something that you expect and then it'll hit you out of left field thing when he does that. I love that in his so I try to implement a little
There's
bit
a
of
particular quote that's coming to the mind that I don't want to repeat, but you're constantly saying
Is
about.
it Arriva Nerchi?
that. What are
No,
you talking about?
it's about who
I'm
you're not
kidding.
allowed to put on the lawn.
So I do want to say one thing. When you when you came over to my house, did you see a sign outside my garage that said? Now let me not get into that. Anyways,
Hawkins says it all the time.
I love that, man. I love that scene. He's awesome. Anyways, but like that's my kind of thing, and also I really love like spiritual stuff, and I love like demons and angels and all those types of things. So most of my stories are about. If I did, so knowing myself, and this is what makes it difficult for me to create a manga based around a card game, is because if I did something like be was something about and something about the underworld and evilness and demons and really showing off the evilness of man.
So Yu Hakusho.
I guess I've never seen you. Well, I have seen you.
You'd like
but
it.
I was a kid. I was a kid, so it's been years, so I barely remember it. But that's the sort of idea of it. Like, but the way that I go, like it's weird because the way that I go about it, like, so I had this story. It's called Death Valley, and the way it starts out is that you hear there's these guys, two guys, right? There's a very old guy, and this other dude. He's dressed as a king. They're both demons, and he was like, dude, I'm so nervous, man. Like, why are you nervous, dude? I'm about to be a dad, like I can't believe it, like I'm kind of scared, like he's like, dude, it's all right. Like I like everyone's, everyone who is a father has been through this. And then the guy's and then he's asked, like, have you thought of a name? He's like, yeah, I know a name. And before he says the name, there's a guy breaking into the throne room, and he calls out the name of the king. Asmodeus is his name. He is a demon. He's the king of the underworld, and basically the child he's talking about is that he had raped a woman so that he can get a child. And then that child, because of the bloodline or something like that, can open up the gates of the underworld to let him through into the other world. And that's the kind of stuff that I like to write. That's the kind of like my style. The style, you know what I mean?
Is the child the Antichrist by any chance?
Is it Cletus the fetus?
Wait, isn't that the one where the guy like barks at the like dog man?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the type of thing. And then it's like, how do I implement? Like, I like stuff like that. So like, how do you make this transition, or how do you implement that type of stuff into a card game, manga, or an anime? You know what I mean? So like, that's why it's very hard. But like, if I did have a card game anime, I would like it to be kind of serious, like that, I guess.
Slothe.
Yeah.
What would happen in your anime?
Oh fuck. I feel irrelevant because mine would be like a lot more casual. However, it would focus more around strategy.
Oh, so it'd be like
you know how
it
like
wouldn't be the things happening in the game. It would be people literally playing your card game, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Same with mine, but still.
Like I'd want like a cast of characters. It'd be like JoJo Part 4 with this paranormal shit. However, it's kind of like slice of life, and then people are like constantly like adapting and like using strategy to fight one another through the card game.
So it's Umaru-chan and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure all at the same time.
I don't know what Umaru-chan is.
I don't know what that is, but honestly, dude, I just see like I see the people playing your game like in the anime, just like they're businessmen and women, and that's how they like get through the freaking like into higher positions and shit like that. I don't know why, because your game is capitalism in hell.
Yeah.
So that's what I picture.
I just kind of picture like a bunch of like cliche rebellious teens be like, ugh, fuck parents, and then start playing the game.
Hold on, Yoshi Bob says, when making a card game anime, remember to abide by the rules of your own game. Glares at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
that is true. That's why like I kind of want to focus more around like actual deck building and strategizing, because I feel like not enough card games really focus on that, or card game anime, not card games themselves. My bad.
do
Like
you
card
think?
game anime is like, yes, World of Cards, and then Kaiba.
I think
Ew.
Vanguard has
Kirroh.
What the fuck? Hello. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? Okay.
Are you fucking talking to your echo?
No, but I forgot. Oh yeah, Vanguard I would say kind of has like a where it's more of like the mechanics that they have in there. Oh, you're back. Yes, I am. No, you. No, you.
Shut the fuck up! Oh, this shit.
No, you.
Shut the fuck up, Mango!
But yeah.
The fucking corona is turning you into an imbecile. You're just trapped in your house and you're starting to talk to your reflection.
Your brain deteriorates into kinetic sand.
We're
our next. So, Cool Kid is saying that our next guest should be a Sweet Potato. We should just get the fucking girls in on here.
No.
Yes.
No.
They'll talk about weeb shit.
No.
Yes.
I
No.
like weeb shit.
Can I please have something to eat? No.
Lisa, man, have some more.
No.
Yeah, basically that's how my shit would go.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a lot more down to earth, somewhat. Just
Fuck
still paranormal shit.
parents!
It should be
Yeah.
stars, but as a card game anime.
School.
It should
Yeah.
be stars as a card game anime, man.
What'd you say?
I'm okay with that.
Dimension Battles is on 5 sets.
What
Is
the
it?
fuck?
Who's Dimension Battles?
You don't know who Dimension Battles is?
Nah, I feel like the name sounds familiar.
No, I've talked about him before, but when I started out on YouTube back in 2017, he and I had about the same subscribers. As like when I found out about him, he had like 17 subscribers, and he's just this
I think he
guy.
has 2.32K. Nice.
Yeah, he's doing so well for himself, and I'm so happy for him because like if you go onto my channel, I have this sidebar for like the recommended channels. I have it labeled something like channels that I feast off of or something, and he's on there because he was somebody I was supporting when he was first starting out, and he just absolutely rocketed for, and he did something. And so like when Mr. Monster, that whole thing was going down about like when he was complaining about he wasn't getting enough views, he wasn't getting enough notoriety, he wasn't getting enough subscribers. At the same time, Dimension Battles was just putting out video after video every week and was like racking up. Yeah, he was grinding on what he loved to do, and he wasn't doing it for the money or for the views or for the subscribers, and yet he was getting it. And that's what people see, is people see passion, and people see, and,
Hey, yo, Mr. Monster, if you're watching this, you're a bitch ass.
nigga.
Yeah.
He's a bitch.
He still makes
I bet you
videos
suck
about
mommy's
Smosh.
cock with that mouth, don't you?
Whoa.
Ugly little boy, you ugly little gremlin.
All right, so I've got an idea
You're
for
like
a
such a
video.
bottom.
I'm gonna I feel like this corona is just like it's pushing me into an area where now I gotta make a video. I'm gonna start like making videos for my game again, and I can't do that without having a skit in front of it.
Can you do it in the sewage system, please?
I'm going to.
If anybody says anything, just tell them, yo, I'm homeless. Like, but why do you have that phone? Dude, I bought it off somebody for $20 and the screen is cracked badly.
Oh, yeah, I thought I was going to say, bruh, I don't know, I found it.
How'd you get the money to buy the phone? I bummed.
No, I banged.
You banged. Oh my.
And that's how we met Liz.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh. So, I've got this story. When Liz and I first started dating, okay?
Nobody cares.
She had this place that she would park normally to where she would cross to get to school, and
Yeah.
I parked on the other side. But like she had like 20 minutes before her first class, and so we decided, hey, let's meet up and we start just chilling together like before her class. And this the first time I'm trying this, I get stuck in traffic trying to get to her, and like I catch her like right as she's getting to class, and she's trying to cross the street, and I am in the middle of this ongoing moving street. Traffic moves in the street, and I dead stop on the street with all these cars lined up to the back of me, and I unroll my window and I go, how much? And all these cars are and behind me, and like I not a fucking like care to the world, I've stopped this entire train of cars behind me to start talking to Liz. And no, so many people were honking at me. Like I got to talk to her for like 15 seconds and I drove away. What were we talking about?
I just want to say one thing, Kirroh.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a video, yeah.
Kirroh, you did such an amazing job on the Queen Baby. Like, she's probably my favorite.
Oh yeah. Just like the only thing that's wrong with it is like she's not legal.
She's a lolly.
It's not legal.
But it works
This
so
man
well.
turned
It's
down
so cute.
baby
It's
mama
adorable.
because she was little.
No, she was going to be broke. No, she was actually going to be broken. I could see it. She was going to be broken. Yeah. So the original idea, I'm not sure if you remember here.
Child support.
Rose. Yeah, it was child support. So at the beginning of your opponent's turn, you could pay a cost to tap their mana for each baby you control. So and the babies are already low cost.
Yeah.
So if you flood the board, then like you just locked your opponent out of like really playing anything.
Yeah.
And so like it's such a cool idea. It's such amazing,
So
and I love the
babies
theme.
are that
but
of Ojama.
What?
I mean, yeah, but they don't do that. I mean, well, like
That's
they
what
don't
they
do
were
the,
going
they don't
to
do the
be.
child
They're
support
the
anymore.
Oversoul equivalent to Ojama.
Are they like? Have you seen her ability? Her
Yeah,
new,
not
her,
really,
like,
but you say
current ability.
the way you said it, it's kind of similar. How you like
I mean,
lock
yeah.
out like certain things to summon.
I
with,
mean, yeah, but like I just changed it now because I was just looking at the more I was looking, I was like, it's gonna be broken. So I just opted out of doing that. I'm sorry, Kira, but like I had to think for my game.
Bruh, I was
I
trying to
had
make
to.
baby mama control.
Bro.
All I'm saying
If
is
you can figure out a way to not make it broken, maybe.
Next video coming out maybe
Big
sometime this
maybe.
year. It's gonna be in a sewer. Look forward to it, everybody.
Yay,
Fucking
can I
look
be in
forward
that?
to it. Maybe I'll
is
have a.
Alpha Wookie the filthy Frank of our community?
I feel like he
He should
is.
be.
Alpha Wiki is the filthy Frank, while Mr. Monster is the biggest clickbaiter of the community.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like
Meanest
I am
beast.
the like. I feel like I'm nowhere near it, but I feel like I am the Corey X Kenshin of the community where I don't post shit, but I still get subscribers.
Nah, you John.
Why am I John?
You got some fucking quality ass stuff. Not the content, but what is that doing in here?
What's Kirroh?
Excuse me. I eat ass.
No.
Wait, no. Let me
That's
That's
I eat a lot
how
of
we
ass.
should end the podcast.
How's the stream still alone? Yeah, I just noticed that Liz and Khan are just gone.
Yeah, no, because now they're like chatting away on Discord.
Yeah, I know because I see that they're active on Discord right now.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
she's amazing. She
Yeah.
loves Liz.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like a little child.
Shut
I'd
the
get
fuck.
in that sweatshop and draw me some cards for Oversoul.
Okay.
What the hell?
I'm joking.
You can't draw.
That's basically me and
Mom
Slothe.
can draw. She's an amazing artist.
Thought you were talking about Liz.
Oh well, I don't.
J
Yeah.
Station.
I
Alright,
I want
boys.
Liz to draw stuff for Oversoul.
She can't. She doesn't know how to draw. She says it like
I want her to draw things for Oversoul, and they're all the cards with her art are going to be. They're going to have the trait crippled.
Ooh. That's a fucking burn.
That was mean. I'm sorry, Liz. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
In Pokemon.
Well, yeah, no. She's dying to challenge you in Great League.
See, that's the thing. None of my Pokemon are built for Great League.
That's the one she likes to play. Like,
why?
she's
Pokemon
got
TCG or Pokemon Showdown?
Showdown.
Go.
I mean, no, not Showdown.
Go.
Go.
Damn, then I don't care.
Which strategy involved in Go?
Liz and I did this really
Tap
cute.
quickly, hurry!
There's Ivy and Eevees in it.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, there really is.
Oh!
You just got to figure out
And
how
then
to
you
do
tap.
it. It's a little confusing if you're not used to like the other, because you'll be used to the other Pokemon, but in this one it does exist.
Listen, play Showdown.
So basically,
tell
what
me-
Ivy and Eevees is that
Play
you got to
Showdown.
make sure you pick ones with
I
the
know-
best genetic, and then once you do that, you just gotta force feed them steroids.
I know what IVs and EVs are. I play
No, you
Showdown.
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I
Speaking of
do.
No, you
Showdown,
don't. Shut up.
me and Slothe need to have a rematch.
Yeah,
That is true. I do have a new Rain Dance.
I have
Luxray
not
is an
played.
ass
Since
Pokemon.
the last time we played.
Shut your
Its design's
mouth.
cool, but like,
But yeah,
You're gonna
is
make
there
one
anything else
Asian
we're
very
talking about,
mad,
dude?
and she's gonna start
We've been here for 2
disliking the
hours.
podcast.
Is there anything else to talk about? Because we've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, let's start wrapping this bad boy up.
We should
Bizarre
end it
Nature's
with
the
the
best card
song.
game.
I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Please subscribe to
so what
Bruce's
were you
channel
saying,
if you
Kirroh? I'm
haven't.
sorry.
Please
This
subscribe to
podcast wouldn't
Slothe,
happen without
Mango,
him.
and Kirroh if you haven't.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Please. They make content, I
Oh,
swear.
yes.
And,
All three of them.
I love you guys. No homo.
I'm gonna start
Um,
making more content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
want to
should
start
better.
making
The
more
song.
content too, but I'm a
Yeah.
bad YouTuber.
See, you've made Lizzie mad. Now we gotta stop this.
Liz, I am not playing Pokemon Go with heathens.
Excuse me. I eat ass.
Oh, do you?
Well, thank you everybody for listening.
I
We're happy to be here during these times.
Wait,
Ignore
bros.
Papa Franku in the background.
Bros, wait.
Yeah.
Before you end it, I
Let
just
him
want
hear
to
the
tell
song
you.
before we go.
I just want to tell you something.
I don't think you understand.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of ass.
I eat a lot of ass.
Like a lot of ass.
A lot of ass. Yes.
Thank you everybody for listening.
Wait.
Keep listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
We're
guys.
going to end on this
Love
note.
you all.
It was nice talking to all.
I eat ass.
Bye, Liz. Bye,
I eat a
Kiko.
lot of
Bye,
ass.
Yoshiko.
I eat
Bye,
ass.
kid.
I eat a
Thanks for
lot of
watching.
ass. From black to brown to Asian, I eat a lot of ass. I eat way too much ass. It affects my nutrition. If there was
guys
an
are
ass
singing
eating
along.
competition, I would easily win, cause I eat the whole ass. Cause I eat the whole
Everybody for
ass.
listening. We're happy to be here in these troubling times and to be a voice, even if it is a voice of darkness, to be a voice at all in this community. We're happy to be here.
We're gonna get hit by something.
Fuck up, Frank!
Alright, is that
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast!
Kirroh didn't
You
say
know, in this
bye.
game, you gotta eat the whole ass,
You
bro.
gotta eat the whole ass, bro.
Ain't no playing around. You just gotta get
Buy
in
my
there and you gotta
trench
eat the whole
brothers.
ass. You know what I'm saying?
Get in there and eat the whole ass. Ugh.
Feast on the cheeks, like if they were yeast.
My mom says that's the saddest exit.
It really is.
It's the best exit.
Thank you everybody for
It is the
watching.
best exit.
We're happy to be here in these troubling times to be a voice at all. You know,
I'm
I
forced to
hope-
be here.
I hope
Yup.
that Liz can look into the chat that she set up.
A
See what it
fucking
posted.
enslaved me. He keeps me in a cage.
that's not true.
And
That
punishes
is
them.
true.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Eat the whole ass, Kipo.
Eat the whole ass,
Eat
man.
the whole ass.
Eat
All
the
right.
whole damn ass.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Thank you for watching. Slothe.
Peace.
Slothe.
No change.
Say something funny.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, Perry the platypus! You've encountered my cock and ball torturinator.
Fucking ball torture. Let's go.